right. This should be lit. What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? In 25 minutes, it's about to be lit. Super Mario Maker 2, Splatoon 2, Smash. Oh, now I want to play Splatoon 2. I don't know what I'm going to play later. All right, this is about to be lit. We got 25 minutes. Let me put a countdown on. Ah, man. E3. The best time of the year. Countdown clock. All right, we're going to put the timer to 25 minutes. Start. We're going to put this as a separate window. We're going to put the countdown clock right here. Boy. It's about to be lit. I remember last year, that Super Mario Maker 2 championship Super Mario Maker championship was crazy. What's up, dude? Let's go. Also, give this video a thumbs up. We're only at 6 thumbs up. This is a different stream from my EA one. EA one was right, but this one should be lit. This one should be lit. Hey, I need to run and grab something to eat. Let me put this screen cap, and then I'm gonna run and grab something to eat. Then we're gonna be lit, boy. Put it right here. This is gonna be the countdown. Countdown is about to appear. Booyah! 24 minutes. 24 minutes. Let's go. Hey, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab a bite to eat. Then we're about to watch some Mario Maker 2. My lasagna is heating up. Alright. What's up, Minecraft boy? I appreciate the $1 super chat, bro. Get this video a thumbs up. My mic ain't working. Yes, it is. Salty cow. Oh, silver fire. This might be my new hype hat. I like this hat. What's up, Leo Sukazi from Japan? Let's go, bro. Let me go get my lasagna. I'll be back. Got some lasagna. Gonna eat my lasagna before the event starts. It's hot. Oh, it's hot. Hot, very gentle. I still might put on the old school hype hat. Oh, hey, what's up, Super Metal Dave? I need to check that out, bro. I don't know, Anthony. I don't know when this Splatoon 1 starts. we get to see Mario Maker 2 in action in 15 minutes. This music is lit. What game is this from? Nintendo, man. Y'all need to give us some achievements, man. What's up, brother? This reminds me of Donkey Kong. I feel like I'm in Africa. One of those Disney World rides. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. To complete the finished course of Super Sport, play with the best overall time. We'll choose a partner to team up with round 2. This is going to be fun to watch. The Mario Maker one's fun to watch. The Smash one should be lit too. When does the Smash one start? What time does the Smash start? Minutes. 11 minutos. 25 minutes after what? that new Super Mario Brothers U, boy. What I know about that Wii U, boy. The volume is very high. Hey, Ian. You can always turn down the volume. I'm just saying, bro. The song was decent. You just adjust it. You can adjust your own volume, bro. What I look like, a DJ? Do I look like a DJ? Oh, you're just not coming into the stream. Give it a thumbs up. Let's get it over 300 likes. And also, if you're not subscribed, click subscribe. Your name will appear live on the stream. I'm for real, bro. Excuse me. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum, bum. What grade do I give EA's press conference? C minus. EA gets a C minus. Just because. Hey, shout out to Kaleem. Hey, thanks, Kaleem. I appreciate it, bro. At 5. Wow. I might just watch a Mario Maker part and come back. Hey, 901. Groovy music. Hey. Oh, Kaleem, you did it twice. Shout out to Kaleem again. And shout out to 901. Appreciate the love, bro. Mario Maker, skip Splatoon, and come back on for Smash. There you go, Silverfire, you need to go in there. Compete, bro. Oh. Oh. Can you donate 100? Go ahead, Aaron. Which are not about these Hershey's cookies and cream. Late, bro. And I got gummy bears. We ready, bro. We ready, bro. Five minutes. 5, Minutos. If you want candy. I'll be out there sometimes later. What's up, Salty Cop? What's up, bro? Yes, sir, Silver Bar. Cookies and cream, bro. And gummy bears, the snack of champions. Dibs on the gummy bears, says Dave Hacker. Couple burgers, cool Kyogre. Really accomplished so far. Yeah, I was done though. We got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes and it's gonna start. DK music. This music has to be for a game that's already out. I don't know. Joker, Cowboys. I thought it was about to start. Banjo-Kazooie remake. I think Microsoft had to do something for Banjo-Kazooie, bro. One minute. 1 minute. One minute. I'm gonna take the counter off. Oh. It's about to start. 17, 16, 13, 14. Didn't come here. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, bro, my timing!
Good afternoon from Los Angeles, California.
My
We're
timing
here
is
at the
lit.
theater at Ace Hotel, and a throng of fans have lined up since last night for an exciting full day of Nintendo competitive action, featuring some of the world's greatest players and teams as we get set for the Splatoon 2 World Championship 2019, the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World Championship 2019, 3v3, but we get all the fun started with the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational. Welcome in, I'm Jordan Kent, and joining me fresh out of a couple of warp pipes, my two friends, Vish and Nine.
Just not coming
Vish,
in.
as we get set for Super Mario Maker 2,
subscribe, your name will pop up
many
live.
people have had a chance to play Super Mario Maker. Now
Mario
we have the
Maker
sequel
2
coming out.
Invitational is gonna
But
be
for
lit.
some folks, this is their first taste of Super Mario Maker action. What do you expect to see, and explain it a little bit further
Yeah,
for
it's
us?
first time.
Well, basically, if you've never played Super Mario Maker before, it's whatever your heart desires, Jordan. You are in control of making the Mario levels of your dreams. Basically, you can take elements, enemies, and components from different Mario games and create your own level. And on top of that, you can play levels from creators all across the world. It's basically whatever you want.
Let's go.
The possibilities are limitless. Well, guys, you know I'm a
Josh,
dad now. I
thanks
love
for
rules. Let's take a look
subscribing,
at the tournament rules here for today for Super
he's a
Mario
dad, he
Maker
loves
2.
rules.
Round 1, 4-player speed runs. Pairs of players will compete to finish the course as quickly as possible. That's a speed run for you. The player with the best overall time will choose a partner to team up with in round 2, because when we get to round 2, co-op teams. Teams of 2 work together to complete a co-op course as quickly as possible. The winning team will compete against each other in the finals. And when we get to the finals, oh, boy, do we turn things over on its head. 2 players compete on 3 mini courses and 1 final course. Each win of the 3 mini courses is worth a 3-second head start on the final course. At the end, the first player to complete the finals course will be the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational Champion. And 9, we'll get a chance to meet our 4 competitors here shortly, 4 players that are very well versed in the Mario universe. However, when you get set to play Super Mario Maker 2 for the first time, you've never seen these levels before. How do you approach it? What's the strategy as you get set for these courses?
Never seen these.
Easy way to describe it is instincts versus analysis. You're not going to get through these levels in one try. I don't think anyone's that good. They might prove me wrong, but it's really a matter of adapting to what's on the screen. Do you throw yourself right at it and learn by messing up, or do you instead take a little bit, spend 30 seconds here to save yourself a minute down the line?
We'll talk about that theme of risk versus reward all throughout the competition. And Vish, handling the different physics of the different Mario genres, you're going to be controlling a Mario from one universe as you handle obstacles and traps that maybe appeared in a different Mario universe. How do these players adapt to all the physics they're going to be handling?
His reply should be,
really
just
comes down
get
to
good.
experience at the end of the day. Like, if you're well versed in all the Mario games that are here in Mario Maker 2, you're going to have an easier time dealing with all the objectives and enemies on the fly, right? Like, you're going to be speedrunning it, so you don't have that much time to adapt and react.
No, you don't. You
so
gotta
your
get good
experience
quick.
is really going to come in the clutch in these clutch moments.
And these courses are going to be very exciting. They were designed by our good friends at Nintendo Treehouse. We know they have been done with care and love as well, too. A lot of emotion put into these courses. But let's go ahead and take a moment to meet our 4 competitors in the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019.
There's the competitors.
So what's going through your mind while you're playing?
Well,
Pro controller. Yellow killer bee. Don't know who that is. I know who the completion is, and I know Abdallah.
Why though?
Me and Abdallah, we fought each other in arms. He beat me.
So what's going through your mind while you're playing?
Huh, Abdallah? What's going through
It's
your mind?
complicated.
Ha.
Oh, 4 terrific speedrunners that have had plenty of experience in the Mario universe to see the
about to
completionist
be
of
lit.
the Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer
I'm rooting
B
for
and
Abdallah.
9. We
Let's
were
go,
having some breakfast
Abdallah.
earlier. We chatted with them. They're excited for this. They
Just because
feel
we
like
know
there's
each
a
other.
clear favorite
We're going
amongst
for
the 4 of
Abdallah
them, though.
smash.
Yes, they do. 3 of the 4 selected Dragon Feeny as the favorite. The one who did not was Dragon Feeny herself, ever the humble competitor. But that first round is going to be really important because whoever wins that is going to get to choose their partner, and it might be Dragon Feeny.
And Vish, we were highlighting some of the new features in Super Mario Maker 2 as opposed to Super Mario Maker. What are some things we might possibly see as
Why
these
does he
players
have
see
that
the
on his
courses
face?
for their very first time?
Well, the big thing is there's a
Oh,
new
because they
game mode,
can't
like there's
see?
a whole new game type with Mario 3D World. So you might see a Meowser, you might see Cat Mario. There's all sorts of new contraptions in the fray for this new Mario Maker. Aside from that, you
It's
have
gonna
things
be
like
lit,
slopes,
man.
you have things like parachutes
Yeah,
that
Team
are
Abdallah.
just going to add a new little
gotta
element
go
of
for Abdallah,
surprise.
man.
And
He's a
these
homie.
players are going to have to deal with that on the fly while getting their best time possible. It's going to be a fun ride.
What's
Well,
up,
as you look
Jam,
at
man?
Abdallah
Yeah, this is
and
lit.
the completionist, you'll notice that they've got face masks on. They've got noise-canceling headphones on. Oh, look at that. That's just a holiday card right there. Bestest buddies.
Wow.
It's okay. You can smile, completionist. You're here having fun right now. He can't hear me. Those work very well. I like that. So they obviously won't get a chance to be a couple of sneaky sneaks and see the level as it gets played. But as we get set for Yellow Killer B and the Dragon Feeny to take place here, we mentioned those new features and that risk reward as far as how fast you want to go through this 9 versus maybe I dip my toe in the pool rather than take a cannonball because I'm not sure what's
Let's
coming
go.
next.
It's all about creativity, too, and adapting on the fly. As a couple of you have said, you can take maybe one path and try it a
pressure's
certain
on.
way. Maybe that doesn't work. So the second time, you might try it again.
What's up,
but that
everybody
third
coming to the
time,
stream?
Fool me once, shame
Give
on
it
you.
a
Fool me
thumbs
twice,
up.
shame on me. Fool me
Let's
3
get it over
times.
300
You gotta
likes.
change the game plan a little bit.
And
And
click
Vish, it's one thing when
subscribe.
you're back in the
Click
comfy
subscribe. Your name will
confines of
appear
your
right
living
above
room or
me,
your
right
bedroom
here.
playing this game and getting a chance to hit the reset button if you struggle. But
Let's go.
you're on a big stage here
This
right
is
now.
it.
We've got
This
a
is it.
fantastic audience in the crowd getting set to watch this. We've got a lot of people watching this through the stream and everything as well
This
too.
is it.
The
Gamer
nerves that might
girls.
be going through these players real quickly here.
Yeah, I mean, it is a big stage like you mentioned, and it's the first time that we're seeing Super Mario Maker 2 in a stage like this. And from talking to the players, they don't have
E3
too
is
much
just
experience
crazy,
on a
man.
stage like this. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they deal with the nerves and playing like a technical game like Mario Maker or Mario in general while you're speedrunning is going to be very, very crucial for them to not feel nervous in the middle of their runs.
Well, the wait is over. Let's hit the start button. The Dragon Feeny versus Yellow Killer B, our opening speed run in round 1 of the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019. Let's start the countdown. 2, 1, and go.
Go.
As they get set
Mr.
to be
Thanks
hitting
for
the start button
subscribing.
at the same time. The Dragon
Mr.
Feeny on the
Dub.
left-hand side of your screen. Yellow Killer B
Thanks for
on the
subscribing.
right. And already 9. What genre of Mario are we seeing here?
Got a little Super Mario 3D World. How about that? And the
Oh,
slopes
3D
coming
World.
out immediately, and this is already a new feature. This block, when you ground pound it, immediately goes to its full extent and
Dragon
builds a
Fee
new
is
pathway.
winning.
The Dragon Feeny in early lead decides to go with the right path, and so does Yellow Killer B. And we see here, Vish, a couple of different paths in these exclamation blocks, providing a little bit of a challenge early on.
Yeah, this is the new feature, as Nine pointed out. So you want to be
Bro,
able to use
this
the
is
ground pound to get
crazy.
all of them fully expanded, and from there you can make your way through this level. But I'm surprised that both of them went to the right off the bat.
Wow.
And definitely a little bit of a lead for Yellow Killer B. But I wonder how she's going to traverse through the rest of the stage now.
Yellow Killer B
Wow.
owning her way
Oh,
up towards
she
the top.
barely
The
made
Dragon
it.
Feeny trying to get a couple of those wall jumps. And
Oh,
the Yellow Killer B
she
into
did it.
the
She did the
two
wall. She
early
did have the
on.
wall jump.
9, here we go. Our first look at the car.
The car!
Spin your seatbelt, get ready for some fun here.
What?
Well, I think I've seen this before. The bounce and going all the way up here.
Hey, that
This
car
all
is
about
lit,
conserving
bro.
Your momentum. The trick in this segment of the level is you can't mess up because you don't get a chance to build speed a second time.
Yellow Killer
Oh!
B trying to make the no,
She gotta go back.
Has to make a U-turn and go back into traffic. Meanwhile, the Dragon Feeny on your left-hand side still trying to navigate those exclamation blocks. And Yellow Killer B. Oh! A little collision coverage right there. She bumps into the spikes, looking for the exclamation block,
She
and
got
she's
it.
on to the
She's
next
on to the
part
next
here.
part.
And
Oh.
already, you see the
Yellow
different
Killer
things that
B is
can be
killing
done these
it right
players.
now.
Dragon Feeny deciding to go to the left, but Vish, Yellow Killer B, we've got Cat Mario right now.
Oh, Cat Mario is finally making his appearance, and I like it. I like that Dragon Feeny tried on the right side and figured that she couldn't do it, so she went to the left side
Oh,
where
she
she has
can't
the
figure out how to-
mushroom trampoline,
Oh,
and
she
maybe
got
that
it.
would be an easier time for her to traverse through this. But Yellow Killer B with a huge
both have
lead
it.
right now. That needs to use the crawl feature, the wall climb feature there with the
Oh,
Meowser,
she
or
made it
the
to the halfway
Cat Mario. doing a great job already here. We got two options again with the blue and green. Green, of course, actually goes a little bit slower than the blue.
On the left,
And
she's
9,
getting bad.
Yellow Killer Bee, she's not kidding around. You have to make sure that you handle these moving blocks, and those springs can throw players off quite a bit. When we talked to them prior to this, they said the one obstacle they don't like are springs.
It was a universal answer that they don't like, and you see that Yellow Killer Bee right now is trying to use wall jumps and stay ahead of that platform. But you gotta be careful as you're making the jump. I think she's starting to figure it out here. The combination of the climb as well as the wall jumps might get her up
got it!
another level clear.
Yellow Killer Bee scratching her way.
She's
to the
killing
top,
it.
Sees the tube at this point.
Yellow Killer
And
Bee
Yellow
is
Killer
killing
Bee
it.
continues to extend her lead. Vish, we've already seen a variety of obstacles. More springs coming up here. Yellow Killer Bee trying to go on the treadmill. A couple of treadmills up in the air, though. I wonder if those coins should lead her there, Vish.
Right, yeah, it feels like you want to follow the coins typically when you see these kind of levels, and the arrows specifically. The on-off switch is a new feature here in this Mario Maker 2, which actually turns the directions of the conveyor belt.
She beat it!
And Yellow Killer Bee makes
Yellow
it all
Killer
the way to the
Bee.
finish line.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. Yellow Killer Bee, the first one to cross the finish line. Impressive right there. Dragon Feeny will have 30 seconds left to finish up the level. We see already these alternating pink and blue blocks. You have to have a lot of really precise timing with this here, 9.
Yep, you saw it right there. If you don't get the jump off at the right time, you will fall through. And that's the difference between this left and right side. This is more timing based, whereas that right side was about identifying which block you had to use.
Okay, Dragon Feeny avoiding some thwomps right there, hopping on top of those happy clouds, getting inside the tube.
Because it's
Yellow
time.
Killer Bee,
I
meanwhile,
was like,
just
she
sitting
lost.
back,
Why she still
chilling.
playing?
She already crossed the goal. An impressive job by our first two speedrunners handling that. And as we said, Vish, it's all about learning with the obstacles and adapting. And we saw that especially with Yellow Killer Bee as Cat Mario on that green moving platform. It seemed like she finally found her rhythm after a couple of tries.
Right, right. Yeah, it really is all about using the climb, I think, with Cat Mario, because you can go just a little bit
Man, I
higher
wish I
and from
could.
there jump to the next area and then do your wall jumps and whatnot. But I think it was very interesting that Dragon Feeny was stuck in that one area between the two different ways that she could have gone. And I think maybe if she had gone back to the mushroom trampoline a little bit earlier, it might have worked out well. Because some players are just better at certain aspects of the game.
And 9, those exclamation blocks are very tricky, especially when you're trying to wall jump, because some of those blocks you have to hit, others, they're not going to really help you out too much.
And again, sometimes finding out which of the blocks you need to hit is almost a luck-based thing. And not all of those blocks are created equal. And really, I think that the most important part is identifying which of the blocks are nice, so if you do fall, you can make it back up without losing too much time.
And you look at the pacing as well too, Vish. It seemed like they weren't really hitting the brakes too much. A nice little rhythm, but they also didn't get themselves in too much trouble by going too fast.
Right, right. I think that's going to be the risk and reward that we're talking about a little bit. Because if you go all the way just holding right the entire time, there's going to be little traps and whatnot that could set you back. You might save 5 seconds, but lose 30 seconds in the long run. So I think just being a little cautious goes a long way in the end.
The Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer Bee, our first two participants. Yellow Killer Bee crossing the finish line first. We'll get her official time for you here shortly to see what Abdallah and the completionists have to get if they want to be in first place. Don't forget the winner of our opening round gets to choose their teammate for round 2. And this is where a little gamemanship comes in here, 9, because you have to ask yourself, do I pick the strongest person to help me out in the second round, meaning I have a stronger opponent in the finals, or do I maybe pick somebody that struggled a little bit and maybe make my path in the finals that much easier?
Well, I've heard that some competitors might be maybe not trying 100% here in the early rounds just to make sure that they can throw people off here. So I think the games have already started, but you laid it out perfectly there. Are you assuming that you can get through that second round with a lesser teammate, or do you want to get there and let the championship round decide itself?
All right, let's get set for our next speed run here between Abdallah and the completionist here as they get set for the same level we just saw. They haven't seen it yet. They were blindfolded and had the noise-canceling headphones on. They're excited. They're ready to roll. The crowd is hyped up. Here we go. Let's take another look at this first course in Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh, the stream is messing up.
Part of our invitational. Let's get the countdown rolling here in just one moment.
All right, this is going to be lit. Are they doing the same seat?
And off we go. Both players hitting start at the same time because they exercise good sportsmanship. That's what we like to see. And we saw earlier, there's a big blooper that comes
Come
out
on,
of the top
Abdallah. I'm going for Abdallah on the
block,
left.
but we've got the completionist. He's trying to complete the level already. It's all about the speed here.
Speed, not
Right,
complete.
he wants to make sure he hits all the little blocks as soon as he can, but he gets a little power up that the other players kind of avoided because they're going for the speedrun aspect, right? They're just trying to power through it. And again, both players going for the right side.
And that's what we see right here, 9. Taking
Abdallah,
that
you gotta
exclamation
get
point. Maybe it's the big yellow blocks that just draw your attention, but
Oh, he
Completionist
died!
trick of using that ground pound.
That's
Abdallah,
big.
though, losing a life and having to go back to
You
the
gotta start
beginning.
from the
Huge lead for the
beginning.
completionist
Wow.
It is, and one more block we saw. This takes you
That
almost
was
right up. Can he
huge.
complete the whole jump? Can he salvage this? It looks like he is. Great spin all the way through. What a fantastic save
Bro.
there by the
Oh, man,
completionist.
Abdallah!
The aerial
Come on!
acrobatics to find himself in the cart portion at this point, and as you said, very precise jumps needed during this part.
Abdallah
If you want to
lost this
avoid an accident, those springs already trying to deter the completionist. And you take a look on the side, on the left-hand side with the completionist, those springs knocking him off. Abdallah, right now on the right-hand side of your screen, doing a great job bouncing off those platforms.
Come back.
Right. I like that there's no hesitation from Abdallah's end there, because if you hesitate a little bit on this course, you end up actually hitting those springs that we saw earlier there. And Abdallah not jumping also towards the end of that area is actually very clutch, because a lot of players are tricked up by it and they end up jumping a little bit and having to do that entire
Nah,
course
you need
again.
to go back.
Abdallah moving on to the Cat
There
Mario
you go.
portion. Meanwhile, the completionist, well, he's just trying to lock some miles. We'll just put it that way. Cat Mario 9, you have to understand, different physics can jump a little bit higher.
It is, and already going that way, and once again,
he's fair.
going over to the green side here. The block on the left side does move a little bit quicker here, so it's a little bit easier if you want to get the speed, but sometimes that means you'll miss it too. Thinks they're going to try it right here.
And that's a good point. The rhythm that comes with being on the left-hand side, a little bit more natural because those blocks move faster, but Vish, Abdallah struggling just a little bit with the block portion, giving the completionist some time to catch up, but looks like the completionist is just going for a joyride right now.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like Abdallah is just trying to remember how to play Cat Mario, because he's doing the glide when he wants to do the
Oh,
wall
wait,
climb
I'm watching
and
the
whatnot.
wrong dude.
And I think
Abdallah's
having
who I'm
those
going
split
for.
mistakes every so often is really not going to be helpful.
Abdallah's
to
killing.
during a course like this that's very tight in terms of wall jumps.
And that's a good point, 9. We were talking to Abdallah prior to this competition, and he said the physics for Cat Mario, very tricky. He pointed that out, and early on already having to deal with it. Meanwhile, the completionist in the Cat Mario stage has a chance to catch up here.
Does. This is very close right here. Just one more jump, and the completionist will be really about even with them once they get to that checkpoint here. And I think Abdallah's starting to figure it out there. Instead of standing on top of that very slow green platform, instead maybe using it to try to climb up. But it looks like he's found another way. That creativity paying off.
Right. Slow and steady wins the race. With the green blocks, they do end up going slower, which allowed Abdallah to really think out what movements he wanted to do and do the climb right before he jumps. So he will make it to the next portion here. And again, you got to follow those coins and you got to follow those arrows.
Abdallah at the end just has to climb those last moving treadmills, as you see here. There's one, there's two.
Got
and
it.
one of those on-off switches that can affect so many different things, but Cat Mario
No! He missed it!
exclamation mark.
Come
And he has to
on!
go all the way back to the bottom. Here comes the completionist in the block
Come
portion.
on, bro.
Is there enough time for him to catch up? Don't forget, they're racing our winner from the earlier round right now. We'll see how that time stacks up. And
Let's go.
Abdallah reaches the top of the pole first, and we'll have 30 more seconds with the completionist just to play around with Super Mario Maker 2 and have some fun there.
Yeah, I think he's
30
trying
more
to complete the level
seconds.
right now, and he really wants to see what else is in there. So I appreciate it. I like it.
16 seconds left, but you talk about the different physics that you have to get used to, and already you're implementing traps and hazards from 2D side scrollers. You've got Super Mario 3D World and Cat Mario trying to handle that. You've got springs, moving blocks, so many things you have to account for here, 9.
Yes, and I think that right here, as we do see that time tick away, it really was not understanding the Cat Mario physics that kind of threw him off there. There was a chance to climb the wall earlier, but instead looking for a more traditional wall jump. I think maybe a little more familiarity, and that would have gone quick.
It's surprising how high Cat Mario can jump. A lot of times you don't have to use that glide, especially in that portion, just to make your way on up, but that glide can really throw you off sometimes.
No, yeah, the Cat Mario definitely is a little bit difficult, because in the portions like that, you're trying to just go and do the wall jump as soon as possible, but actually doing the climb just a little bit so you can time your jump and get a little bit more height is very crucial for that particular portion of the level.
So Abdallah wins the head-to-head matchup against the completionist. We do want to clean up one thing. In that prior race with Yellow Killer B and the Dragon Feeny, their graphics were on the incorrect side of the screen, so the Dragon Feeny actually winning that first round. And we'll see how her time stacks up against Abdallah. I believe she had the fastest time, so she'll get a chance to choose her teammate in the second round.
They had the names under the wrong screen.
We saw that on a given level, you can go left or right, and sometimes choosing the right path that plays to your strengths is all the difference in the world.
Well, it's all about the strengths, and we saw trying to shift back over to the left side after a little bit of struggles on the right side there. That's where those split-second decisions come in.
Oh, the names in the stream switched?
A level that they've never
that's
seen
what threw
before.
me off.
There really isn't that much room to mess up.
And you saw the kart Mario portion in the car. Very difficult for the
left is always
completionists at
trash.
times because you have to maintain that momentum. Not much of a problem for Abdallah.
Yeah, no, the Cooper car it's kind of difficult when you're not sure what's going to show up next, right? Because you have to keep your momentum, you have to keep your speed throughout that level, and then there's also one portion where you're not supposed to jump, where it's on the rest of it you're supposed to jump. So keeping all of that in mind is actually quite difficult as it's going so fast.
Well, let's take a look at the times after our first round in the 4 speed runs and see who had the fastest time. And it looks like the Dragon Feeny in 3:11, Abdallah 33 seconds behind. And you see Yellow Killer being the completionist, unable to finish due to the speed of the Dragon Feeny and Abdallah. And we've been told that the Dragon Feeny, for her teammate in round 2, has chosen Yellow Killer B. Ooh. So interesting choice right there, but you saw Yellow Killer B wasn't too far behind the Dragon Feeny, and now they get set for the co-op course, and this is where communication comes in. It's so important, and that cooperative play as well too, Nine.
Well, player 2 is always important whenever you're going through a game like this, and it's really important that someone, I think, becomes the shot caller in these situations. Some of these puzzles are going to really rely on somebody saying, all right, let's look at what we've got here. We're going to time this in 1, 2, 3, something along those lines, because we saw a little mess up can send you down far, and I have no doubt that this level is going to be the same way.
And I'm really curious who the little brother is between the Abdallah and completionist, who's going to get that second controller that doesn't get used too much. It's been rolled up for a while as well too. And you mentioned working together, and another fact of this game that we saw earlier in the first course, the on-off switch and how that might be implemented. Perhaps we see that more in these next couple of courses.
Yeah, it definitely will help out with the timing of things. You know, in a 2-player mode, if you have
are they saying they
switch,
can't hear each other?
Might have to turn on the switch. The other
Nintendo
person
don't
has
got
to
voice
adapt to
chat.
what
Y'all
that
better
changes
get
in the
good.
course map. So I think that could be very tricky and very interesting to see in a game like this. But as Nine said, I think a lot of it's going to be coming down to timing and how well you communicate with your ally. So I think maybe part of the reason why Dragon Feeny chose Yellow Killer B. Perhaps, you know, they've been hanging out a lot throughout this weekend, so maybe they have some good synergy that might help them out at this next level.
Synergy, nice business word right there. I'll see that on my next PowerPoint presentation. And Nine, as you get set for co-op mode, and what we saw in this first course is, it's almost like you walk into a section of these courses and you have to perceive everything around you and figure out, how they mess up the names, and now it's going to be implementing most likely that second player. It's not just something you can do by yourself while your partner kicks back and drinks some lemonade.
Well, you do have 2 people, so
and what's up, everybody? Come to the stream.
Figure it out twice as
Give the
fast
stream a
something
thumbs
like
up.
that.
We're
so
trying to get it over 300 likes.
What's going on
and click subscribe. Your name will appear live
just
right
the
here above me.
execution of the different moves that Mario can do.
E3,
We saw that
boy.
with Cat Mario. Some of these players struggling as well too.
E3,
You have to be
boy.
very familiar with these power-ups, and it looks like our teams are set to go. Round 2, our co-op course here at Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019. The Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer B taking on Abdallah and the completionist. Let's get ready for the countdown folks. 3, 2, 1. And let's hit that start button here.
All right, so they're on the left.
As we said, it's co-op
they're
mode,
racing.
Mario, Luigi, a little
Super Mario World, my favorite Mario.
We were talking to them, said they are very familiar with this, so if there's ever going to be a mode that they will know what to do, this is going to be the time.
Somebody has
Early
to.
on, you see a bit of an obstacle here.
The girls are winning.
There's an on switch just staring you in the face. Dragon Feeny, Yellow
Come
Killer
on,
B, that
Abdallah.
figure it out. But now they've got to advance Luigi on the bottom. They're starting to slowly figure it out. Hitting those on-off switches, opening up the gates, allowing them to progress here, Vish.
Yeah, like we're talking about, one person is doing the on-off, and the other person is just
this
waiting.
Is close!
This is where the timing matters, right? Because he has to turn the switch on, and then the blue block will appear, and he has to jump on it. He has to do that
they nailed it at the same time!
Basically the same time.
Oh!
At the same time. Now you see a swinging crane floating at the top. They're trying to jump off of each other's heads to grab it, use those physics to advance. Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer B moving forward, but there is a P block right there. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that switch here, Nine.
The best prize that you could ever get at the end of a crane game there. Dragon Feeny and Yellow
They
Killer
got
B
it.
move. They both get in at the same time. I
Same
cannot believe
time.
how close this is
This
already.
is close.
And now we see the switches again. It's going to be very important that they identify this because they are both moving at incredible speed.
And you see Abdallah, the completionist, slightly further
killing
ahead
it
than
now.
the Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer B. Don't forget, whatever team wins advances to the finals where they face off against each other. Abdallah and the completionist hitting that pow block, getting the spring to go. Mario trying to jump up with that spring, advances. Luigi on your right-hand side, just a few seconds behind here, Vish.
This is a really tight race. They are just neck and neck right now. They're really figuring out all the things they need to do, and like throwing the pow block up there to get the spring. And now they just have one more little obstacle to complete here. He passes the power block to the top there. That timing.
What did they
Past
do?
the gravy and past the power block as that vine comes down. And Dragon Feeny, Yellow Killer Bee, they advance. Abdallah in the completion.
Oh, they gotta catch
keeping
it.
Too high. It is exhausting having to grab a new power block. Here comes another on-off section here.
Oh, they
Now,
winning.
this is going to require a lot of communication, it looks like.
This one is a little bit tricky. The last time that we saw this switch, it was a little bit more obvious what you need to do. Here, there's going to be some bouncing that's involved. You
This
can't
is close.
get to it with a normal jump.
Oh, they're at the same
Abdallah and the
place.
completion is now equal with the Dragon
They
Feeny and
tied.
Yellow Killer Bee and Bish. This is what we talked about. Seeing a puzzle in front of you and figuring out what I do with all the tools at my disposal.
Right. I think just even like exploring a level or just
Wait,
like
wait,
going
wait.
through and seeing what options you do have could really help you out in a juncture like this.
He has to
You see
hit the
Abdallah, the
switch.
completionist, on that left-hand side, trying to jump onto the red block. They advance Mario right there. Ooh, what do you do here, Nine? This looks precarious.
Well, they got to figure it out quick. 1, 2, just a little late. The right idea. But unfortunately, the right idea is not enough. You got to
This is gonna be
When it
crazy.
comes to the execution we talked about, Bish, you can have the right idea, but at the end of the day, your thumbs have to be in sync with your brain.
Yeah, I mean, in a speedrun like this, you usually get like one try at most in terms of learning that kind of idea
Okay.
here. So he can't mess up again because you have to start all the way from the beginning. Will he get the timing down this time? You can see them biding their time.
Oh, he
Wait.
missed the gate on him. Shuts the gate on him. Said, no, you can't come in for dinner.
Oh, no.
That
Abdallah
was
and the completionist going
close.
back to the beginning. Meanwhile, Dragon Feeny, Yellow Killer Bee still trying to find the rhythm. But Nine, this is an important point. You see a trap, how quickly can you go back through the puzzle and give yourself as many chances as possible?
They did it! They nailed it! Oh, it's
know what they need to do, and it's just a matter of execution.
Oh, they might have it now.
there's room right here. It's up to the Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer Bee to get through this as fast as possible.
And keep in mind, these red and blue blocks are now automatically switching off, and that's a feature with the on-off switch here, Vish. Other items can turn it on and off, but now that skull
did they
track
have
is
to
gone,
do?
let's go through the door and see what happens after that. Abdallah and the completionist, one room ahead on this course over Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer Bee. They're going to give themselves another chance on the left here, trying to time things out. It looks like they might have figured this out. And Abdallah
They got it.
taking the carpool through the tube. Is that going to be enough as you take a look?
Yeah, they got it.
One more trap here, though, Nine.
It's a trap and also a new feature. They immediately go to grab each other. 1, 2.
The ball is just short. Abdallah and the completionist
They gotta throw each
trying to
other.
close out this course and advance.
They got it. They got it.
Abdallah and that completionist high fives and dap around as they move
Bro,
on to the
this
finals.
is what I like about this
Nicely
game,
done.
man.
Fantastic.
These stages are
execution, and you see all
creative.
the things you can do in one play, Vish. How about the teamwork by those two?
You can really see
Wow.
the teamwork coming together as the
The homie
course even progresses,
Abdallah.
right? Like, you can
He
see
beat
them
me in
really
arms.
on
I
point
want
with
my
their timing. As soon as
rematch,
they got
Abdallah.
that One red blue
I'm
block
better
at
than
the
you in
start where
arms,
you have
bro.
to do it twice in order to continue the next one. I feel like they were totally in sync, and everything after that.
Hey,
really
this is lit,
Nine,
man.
it seemed like the difference in this course
Uh-oh.
was how quickly Abdallah and the
Now
completionist
Abdallah
figured out
against
that one
completionists
route where you
again. I gotta
alternate
root
the red,
for my
blue
homie,
blocks and
man.
then time the
I
double
gotta
jump
root
at the
for
end.
Abdallah.
They're able to rinse and repeat multiple
go.
times. Meanwhile, Yellow Killer Bee and the Dragon Feeny
Let's
just
go.
couldn't get the rhythm down.
No, and it's remarkable not only how quickly they were able to adapt, but how quickly
This
they
is my
figured
last
out
gummy
the
bear.
exact timing that they needed to do. That is not easy to do. These people know what they're doing, and that skull track room that they got through, that took them 2 tries. They figured it out immediately and executed it right on that second try.
Well, we're at the finals, which means we do have to say goodbye to 2 of our competitors. Crowd, let's give a big round of applause to Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer Bee. Excellent work considering this is the first time they saw this game, and I'm sure they're going to just have a great time with it when
job.
it releases later this month. But we do have a finals to get to, and it'll be 3 objective-based courses and then 1 finals course as well, too. And this is where things get fun because now you've
Wow.
got different ways to finish courses here. You see round 1, the Dragon Feeny had the fastest time. She chose Yellow Killer Bee. However, Abdallah and the completionist, with a bit of an upset in the second round, they'll pair off against each other in those finals. And as we said, the courses and the ways that you can complete them now, it's going to involve probably more puzzle solving.
Right, and this is a
Really
new
work.
feature that we
I don't
have
know
here,
why
the
you
ability
can't
to
play
have
with
clear
friends
conditions
online.
And then touching the
Man,
flag
look how
or
fun this
whatever
is,
it may
bro.
be that's at the end of the level.
And there's different things that you can do. You can perhaps maybe collect a certain amount of coins, hit a P-switch possibly. So understanding that and realizing what you have to do, and these are probably going to be shorter courses as well too, Vish, so less margin for error.
Right. I think taking your time with courses like this really will pay off because there's going to be little precarious traps as you go along, right? So, and And there's going to be levels where you may have to like escort something, you may have to have an item along with you, you might have to collect all the coins as you mentioned. So being very wary of what's coming up ahead while going as fast as you can is going to be really the crucial portion of this.
Well, let's get set for our first course in the finals, the first of 3 mini courses that are objective-based. So keep an eye out for what that objective is. It'll appear at the bottom of your screen here shortly. We've got Abdallah versus the Completionist, course 1 of the finals. Let's get this countdown started here, crowd.
Woo!
They were really chummy in the previous game, but now the gloves are off. Now they got to play against each other. Oh, look at him.
I see a firm brow from the Completionist. He's ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and let's roll here. Both players hitting that play button at the same time. Finals 1, a little Super Mario 3 here, 9.
We knew we were going to get it coming up eventually, and it's going to be reaching the goal after hitting all, in this case 1, piece.
Well, let's see what we have here. You go through the pipe, and there's a mushroom, and up. Just like airplane seats for me, too big to get through there, Fish.
Yeah, that's our first peek at the night mode feature that we have in Super Mario Maker 2. And it looks like there's twisters here as well, and we also have the little sandstorm feature, which is going to push you through that little area that's too difficult for you if you were a big Mario.
Abdallah trying to figure out which jigsaw piece can complete this puzzle right now. Can't make it through that pipe as long as you've got those twisters at the bottom. Hits the on-off switch, trying to mess around with the twister on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Completionist, knocks the twister off right there, and seems like both players still trying to kind of figure out how this course works here, 9.
Right, and you called it a puzzle earlier. It absolutely is, and everything that you see right here is self-contained. Both of them have gone through the door, they've gone back through the pipe, and it looks like the Completionist is starting to figure it out, escorting that twister all the way to the end. Almost there, gonna have to get it to drop just 1 more.
You'll notice that twister doesn't move to any empty block. It'll return back, but the twister drops down for the Completionist. Looks like our crowd is starting to kind of figure out this puzzle as well, too. Now it just comes down to that execution piece we talked about, Fish.
Right, yeah, I think both players are kind of figuring out the mechanics of this level and how to get the twister all the way to the left side there. And finally gets him all the way down, and that's going to move the P block all the way there, and he is going to be able to get it out. The P switch ready.
He kicked it back.
You gotta... Don't you hit a P-switch when you see it, Fish?
You should hit
He's carrying it like a watermelon at this point. Oh, he hits the P-switch. The Completionist, first one through the pipe.
Why didn't he hit
still
it?
trying to hit it. Completionist. Oh, he hits the mushroom at the end, and the Completionist
He had to start all
wins
over.
the first course, giving him a 3-second head start. And
He shouldn't have picked up the P-switch. He should have just jumped on it.
To recognize a puzzle.
Come on,
How
Abdallah.
quickly can you rinse and repeat?
Well, talk about a margin for error here. They both actually did the same thing. They took the P-switch up to the block on the top right. The only difference is that the Completionist did not let the block go. We saw Abdallah do that, and once it's up there, you can't grab it again. It's floating in the air, you're floating in the air, and we didn't see it there, but he actually had to reset the level anyway.
And it goes back to the mechanics of not only Mario, Fish, but the different traps and hazards you're going to see, understanding how those twisters work and how you can't go through the pipe, and you can't go through if you're carrying anything.
Yeah, that's a new feature here in Mario Maker 2, so it just kept you all the way up there, and it's a P-switch. You got to hit the switch, man.
Yeah, that's what I just said. You got to hit the
It's shiny,
switch.
it's blinking you in the face. You got to jump on it right there. But the
Hit it,
Completionist winning
man.
the first course of that objective course as we saw. And really impressive work by both of them to figure it out. So let's go ahead and get set for our second course here between Abdallah and the Completionist. The Completionist taking the first one with a 3-second head start. They're ready to go. They're exhaling. They're ready to roll. Let's get this countdown started here. All right, we've got our second course here, and 9. What are the rules for this one here?
Reach the coin, or the goal, after grabbing all 100 coins. You do have to reach the coins, in fact, 100 of them, and you see right there.
Oh, so you got to grab all 100 coins and show them
what we've got.
This is good marketing, too. Let's have everybody come to the stream, give it a thumbs up. Let's get it over 300 likes.
So we're
If you're not subscribed, click subscribe. Your name will appear live on the stream.
So we're going to have the
Completionist on your right-hand side, using that wall jump with the swinging crane.
Abdallah's killing it right now.
Gets propeller Mario and whee, trying to go to the top. And you see those vines might help here. 9 already. Abdallah blowing through this course.
Let's go, Abdallah.
Right there needs to find 10 more. And as you look up to the top of your screen, another new feature, 10 coins in one. You saw a few of the blocks get broken right there. I think Abdallah already knows. It's just on execution, but watch out. The Completionist not far behind, but that's all 100.
Abdallah now just has to descend to the bottom and all about grabbing that bag and going here at this point here, Vish.
Yeah,
so if you get 100 coins, that's it.
So
got
quickly, because it was tight timing to do
got
those
it.
little wall jumps and make sure that you get the propeller.
Taunt!
Taunting
The
by
taunt!
That's so much for gamemanship and good friendship right here.
Let's go, Abdallah!
Holy smirk.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I know that nod. Up here at the
Taunt,
Super Mario
taunt,
Maker
taunt.
2
That's
Invitational
right, boy.
2019.
Taunt him!
Friends are
Let
now
him know!
calling Abdallah
Let's go,
rubbing it into
Abdallah!
the face and beard of
Let's
the
go.
completionist right there, Nine.
That nod that the completionist gave was not a happy nod. That was all right. We got one more.
Yeah,
Let's see who gets the lead.
That's a you cut me off in the buffet nod right there. No, thank you. 1-1 is the score now, so
Word,
neither
word.
player with a head start in the final course we'll get to. We're ready for course number 3. Let's keep this action rolling here,
Let's
crowd.
go.
You know what to do when that countdown begins. Let me hear you sing.
All right, course number
I gotta say,
3.
these levels are so creative. I'm really enjoying this.
Third objective-based course
Third
here. Nine, go
course.
ahead and break it down for us.
Reach the goal while riding Yoshi. I know there's some Yoshi fans in the crowd. Come on, who doesn't
Come
love
on,
him?
Abdallah.
Right at the beginning, you get to jump on him, but it looks like there is a world of pain waiting for them.
A lot of sauce, and that's not something Yoshi likes. Yoshi bouncing up the
Let's go.
cannonball on the left-hand side for Abdallah. Slight lead, hits the off switch. I wonder what comes out of there. Avoiding the fire, but a twister sent him straight into the spike.
Oh,
And
no, Abdallah.
losing a life right now. Oh, but the completionist able to move forward, ducking underneath the saws,
he
and
ducked it.
sees some dripping water. Avoids the icicle falling down, but then that pink bumper knocking him off, and you got to be careful here, Fish.
Yeah, that being said, I feel like the completionist really went through that stage quite fast. He was able to duck under the saws really well, carrying
Man,
the
he
momentum
beat him.
while he slides. And then he also went through the icicle
Oh,
portion
Yoshi.
pretty quickly. And now he's already on the second part, and we're going to see seesaws here. You got to have to make sure to put your weight on the right portion.
Oh, he beat it.
And jumped. According to completionist, finished that so fast.
Under a minute. The completionist
Wow, he
not
killed
rubbing it in.
it.
It's all business. You see the collar. You see
Man.
the suit jacket right there. He'll take a 3-second head
My
start
dude came
into our
dressed
final
up.
course. And how about that? Dancing around the hazards throughout that entire level 9. Nearly a flawless finish by the completionist.
So he
We
gets
didn't even
it.
get to talk about the mechanics of that level there. I was
he
going
gets
to
a
say, well, you
3-second
know, if
head
you bounce
start.
off Yoshi, he can run around and you can jump back on him. The completionist said, no, I'll keep my dino
Woo!
the entire time.
This
Let's
is
just run
it.
through this, no problem
This
whatsoever.
is it.
Prehistoric
Who's gonna win?
preservation by the completionist right there as we move on to our final course. And
Final
as we
course.
said, a 3-second head start for the completionist. And so
Thank
it
you for
seems like
making
these
the
players are
AXL.
getting more
Thanks for
comfortable.
watching.
These courses are flying by much quicker as they get
This
more
is it.
invested in this game. And you'll see the finals. The 3 minis plus 1 final. The completionist taking 2 out of those 3, which means you have a nice, comfortable 3-second head
3-second
start.
head
But
start.
as we know, sometimes 3 seconds isn't much time in these final courses.
This is it.
Potentially, in those last couple of games, though, they were pretty neck and neck, and some of them are speeding through it like we saw completionist. So 3 seconds
Yeah.
might actually
Maybe
be
Abdallah
make
shouldn't
or
have
break in
taunted
this
him.
last game we're going to see here.
Let's get set for our final course of
Matthew,
the Super Mario Maker
thanks
2
for
Invitational
subscribing,
2019
Matthew.
crowd. Let's get this thing rolling.
Oh,
The
and Cool
completionist
Kid Bobby,
taking
thanks
out
for subscribing,
Abdallah.
too.
One more course
Thanks
to
for
determine
subscribing,
who
Matthew.
will be our champion this year.
Let's go. 2.
Let's get set. Oh, the completionist hitting the start
Uh-oh.
button first. Obviously, you get that 3-second head start, so that's great right there by Abdallah. Honoring that, and of course there's going to be lava here, 9.
Of course there's going to be lava, and this was the one that we
Lava!
Take
This is
these
where I
guys
got
all
this
the
hat
way
from,
to
the
classic
lava
there.
in this
Neither
in
one
the
of them
Mario
wearing it so
stage.
far. A little stumble there at the
Perfect,
start,
bro.
but
We
of
got the
course
lava hat
I
for the
wonder if
lava
we can see the
level.
end of this.
The completionist is able to stay alive and dance around
Let's
the
go. Come on,
icicle,
Abdallah.
Trying to
Come
get
on,
some momentum,
Abdallah.
waits for that lava to fall. We get to the next
Let's go,
section here.
Abdallah.
Abdallah slightly ahead.
Let's go,
Right to the
Abdallah.
screen, but, oh, we've got a big boom boom floating down right now, 9.
Look at how quickly Abdallah
No.
went across that in the speed.
Yes!
The
They both
completionist
fell.
taking the more cautious route meets the same fate. They're going to start again. I'm starting to think those 3 seconds may not matter too much.
And Bish, this is where rinse repeat becomes very important because you're going to get back to the same part that you stumbled against. How quickly can you get back to that
Just
same area?
run. Thank
Definitely,
you,
definitely.
bro.
I think it's going to be like
Level
a huge
1, you can
learning
just run
process
across
as
the
they traverse
gaps.
This level, right? And that 3 seconds allowed him to get maybe 1 extra
Oh, he needs a
try.
key?
And Abdallah's already.
Oh, the power block!
Pump fake by the spike.
It came from nowhere. The spike block. Come on, stream.
Spike said, in the kind words of Dikembe Mutombo, no, no, no.
Bruh.
But you know, we talked earlier.
Oh,
about
their
how
stream is
lots
messing
of
up. This is
different elements of
Nintendo's
the level.
stream.
We saw earlier a
This is
shell
the
hit being
Nintendo
unblocked.
feed
This
that's
time
messing
it's
up.
a spike. You've got to be aware of
Come on,
everything.
Nintendo. How you
Even
gonna
though
mess?
Abdallah
Oh,
had
there you
made
go.
it
They got
further
it
to
back.
the
It's back.
completionists,
It's back.
they start at the same
He
area.
jumped. He hit
Abdallah
the
jumping just a little
ice.
bit too high and catches
Why
his
would he
cap
hit the
on the
ice, bro?
icicle. Meanwhile, the completionist is taking a nice little Sunday cruise, and he sees the trap ahead.
Got him! Let's go. Come on,
Abdallah
Abdallah.
with a chance
Come
to
on,
take the
Abdallah.
lead. He's got to navigate.
He jumped
falls
again!
to the same fate as earlier
Why does he keep
already.
doing
This
that?
lava castle is causing a lot of issues for both our runners
Oh, he
here,
dead.
Nine.
He
And
dead.
now
He
both of
dead.
them know the trick to this,
Completionist
right?
is
They've
dead.
both been fooled by the same
Oh,
things a
the
couple
lava
of
goes
times.
up
This
and
is
down.
really rinse and repeat repetition. Maybe little refinements here, but at this point, it's really just about making sure you execute the
Abdallah.
plan you
Oh,
already
come on,
know.
And Vish, what's very difficult is you want to execute, but you know right on the other side there's
All right,
somebody
wait.
competing right against you.
Wait.
You got to put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I mean, you want to like take your time just a little bit, but at the same time, you got to go as fast as you can. And completion is finally able to get all the red points. Will he go
he
to the
got
next
it.
portion? Gets the key. and he
does.
gets
He
it.
got
He's
it.
there.
Oh,
But
man.
what is waiting for him on the other side of that door?
Come on,
let's see.
Abdallah.
Oh my God! He just does it. He does that right away.
The castle and reaches the
Oh, what did
first
he just do?
checkpoint. Here comes another interesting part.
Let's go.
As the icicles fall.
Oh, it's so close. Come on, Abdallah. Yes, he died. Come on,
And all of our
Abdallah.
excitement, Abdallah moving forward,
Stay
and
to the
he's
end.
tiptoeing on this moving
Stay to the-
platform. But he falls to the same fate as well,
How?
too. And
How did
this
they
is
beat
tricky
that
here,
then?
Nine, because those icicles are falling faster than the
Oh,
platform.
you gotta
And I
you gotta
think Abdallah has already done it. You
tiptoe,
saw that
bro.
He's starting much further back on the platform and just inching his way to the right, staying clear of them just a few more feet. And
Oh,
gets
if
to
you
the
stay
next
to
portion
the
of what
left,
waits.
okay.
Just like getting
Let's
candy
go,
in the middle of the
Abdallah.
night, you have to tiptoe down the hallway. Abdallah moving his way.
Let's go.
The spikes to some more swinging cranes. Tries to go underneath the icicle here, and this is where that risk reward and speed factor comes in here, Fish.
Right, right. With the swing crane, you can use the momentum to start the fall of the icicle, and then from there, able to get to the next swinging crane. So using all
Let's
the physics
go.
of the-
Oh no, there's no wall jumping.
And using the,
He got
the
it.
physics there to be able to jump on the,
Let's
on
go.
the opposite way from the swinging crane. I like that.
And don't
Let's
forget,
go.
slopes just don't go downhill. If you're an optimist, they go up as well too, Nine. And here comes an interesting part with some binds and Abdallah being like Tarzan, just being very careful swinging.
Yeah,
binds
just be
and binds.
careful.
This is interesting.
5 rounds.
This is
Thanks for
Abdallah's been more
subscribing,
aggressive
bro.
with the two players, but here's saying,
5
all right,
rounds
let's
of
just get
fellowship.
across
Thanks
this.
for subscribing.
If I fall, I have a long way back up. As the completionist says,
Come
hey,
on.
wait a minute, I'm climbing this mountain too.
Come
And
on,
Abdallah
Abdallah.
also saying one hazard he doesn't like, the solo spikes from the original Super Mario Bros.
No, 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 no!
Right there,
No!
those watermelon-looking bouncers, making this climb to the summit just
Let's
a little bit
go!
tougher. But
Oh!
Abdallah navigating that section. Now he has a slope with some springs here.
Yeah, stay on the
And
coins.
momentum
Stay on the
obviously
coins.
feels like
He's
springs.
almost
There's
there.
a lot of springs in this portion.
He's
If you
almost
fall
there.
all the way down, if you end up messing up this portion here of the swing claw, this is very tricky. I think this is where risk reward really comes into play because you don't want to fall all the way down
Come on.
and have to redo this entire course.
Completion is not too far behind, using those swinging cranes to make
Come
his
on.
way up the
No.
mountain. Abdallah trying to figure out the seesaw with the twist.
Nah, you gotta have it go up on the other end. He knows. He
The
knows.
mechanics of these hazards here, Nine.
And you see right there, just not enough height to get up there.
Man,
Gonna try
oh.
it again. Abdallah knows what he needs to do here.
Oh,
He
the
needs
height
to
has to be on the
manipulate
other
where
side.
that twister is and lower him on the seesaw. And meanwhile, on the other side, the completion is never far behind.
Oh,
He's on the vine.
no,
course
you gotta
as
go on the
too,
other
so we know He's
side.
hot on the heels of Abdallah. Abdallah just playing on the playground right now with the seesaw and the twister, trying to figure out how do I get
Keep
him to
it
that
high.
point. Another puzzle
High.
solving component here.
Now
Yeah,
go.
and I think he's finally
He got it.
He got him all the way to the tippy top of that seesaw, and now he will make his way to the next portion. This course
Man,
right.
still
The
not over?
completionist not too far behind.
Bro, this is
He can figure out
nerve-wracking.
Swing claws really quickly.
Checkpoint reached by
Goombas.
Abdallah. You see some more rising lava, a lot of Goombas trying to crowd the club. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
There's
this is
Bowser,
it.
But it looks like Bowser has updated his home security system. A couple more obstacles to try and take down King Koopa.
And this really is the puzzle here. Can they figure out the quickest and most efficient way? You see some spikes on top here. Gonna swing over there. And you look, Abdallah is taking his time right now. And
Ah.
jumps a little too high.
Too high.
Earlier, you wanted to jump as high as you could on the crane. Not so
How do you
much
beat
in this
Bowser?
portion.
Have to watch your head, but you see the on-off switch will block the Goombas from coming out of the pipes. You have to navigate the huge fire
Come
breath
on.
coming in from Bowser.
No.
And this is where it gets tricky here because you saw those 3 icicles, and we always know 3 is the magic number here, Fish.
Right, right. I wonder how many icicles it'll take to get this Bowser. Okay, the third one goes, and then he thought it was going to be 3 as well. That's why he fell on top of him.
You
What?
thought it was gonna take 3.
Oh,
The
he's tied it
completionist,
up.
though,
He's
getting
in
ready
it.
to Go down the chimney.
This is
and boy,
it.
Does he have some gifts for Bowser?
This is it.
Bowser's been working out. It takes more than 3 now.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Bowser hitting
Oh,
the gym,
man.
eating some protein. getting some greens in his
Oh,
system.
this is close.
Completionist, he's on the swinging crane. He's going to take a stab at Bowser. It takes 3, right? No.
Oh, they both died. This is close,
These
bro.
icicles are a very interesting way to be able to hurt Bowser in this level. So that swinging claw, I think, is going to be very useful in how they are able to do even more than just the
They
3
both
icicles.
there.
9, rinse and repeat as always. You know how to get on top of Bowser, but now
1,
you have to be very careful.
2.
Is it going to be 3? No.
No.
Sauce. That's
I
not
think
the
because
type
he
of
hit
back
2
massage
at the
you want
same
right there.
time. You
Now,
got to hit him
Bowser
1
claiming the
individually.
completionist. Abdallah trying to navigate things. He's already gotten a couple of icicles.
You got to hit him
Bowser.
1 at a
That's only
time.
3, though. How many more does he need? 2 more going down. That's 6. That's got to do. No. It takes more than that, 9.
Oh man, the completion is doing the same. Abdallah has his method here. Can he get over? Barely clears it in that Kuma.
Oh, you got to
That's
fall.
9 icicles. That's still not enough.
Yo, you just got to hit it when Bowser goes to the left.
Unbelievable. Bowser hitting the gym just like you.
If there's an opening, you got to fall down the opening.
For Bowser, where has he been this whole time? He's been training.
You got to fall down the opening and hit the...
Oh, Abdallah.
He did it.
Bowser. Now he just has to navigate the swinging crane.
Come on! He did it! He did it! He did it! Let's go!
Bowser, and that will do it as Abdallah is victorious.
Let's go!
Is your Super Mario
Let's
Maker
go!
Invitational 2019
Hey!
Grand Champion.
Lit. Hey, shout out to Abdallah.
Last level there.
Woo!
It's so creative. Super Mario Maker.
I think
Hey.
that everything in that level.
Mario
man,
Maker
the thing that
2.
surprised people the most. The
That was
14
tense,
hits
bro.
To knock out Bowser. We're all used to
Woo!
3, but 14 icicles to KO Bowser.
I think it's so important to recognize how tricky the method that Abdallah
That was
using
tense.
because every time he jumped out, there was a chance that the RNG of Bowser's
Alright,
fire would
dudes.
be there. He was getting
This is
as
where I'm
well.
gonna end it. I'm not
We all
gonna do
know
the
every time
Splatoon
Mario
1.
takes a trip
I
back,
might
getting to that
might
level,
come
resets
back
the
on
health, and Abdallah standing
for
center stage right now,
the Smash
championing the
Championship
crowd. Well,
if
we
I have time,
a
if I'm
champion.
able.
Hardware. Everybody.
Oh, let's see this.
please
Let's see his
welcome
trophy. Let's see
the
his trophy.
producer for Super Mario Maker 2.
Let's see the
Mr.
trophy.
Tezuka.
Tezuka! Mr. Tezuka! Ah, that's
How about that
dope.
trophy right there, 9?
That's dope,
one of a
man.
kind.
I know he's gonna show
Walking
that on
up
his
there
channel.
to get it. I know that this is exactly what they've been working for this entire time, and to be able to come out on top in the way that he has, just remarkable.
Abdallah, your champion here. Mr. Tezuka passing on the hardware there. A couple photos
That's
as well,
dope.
too. Let's go ahead, toss it down to Mr. Tezuka for a
dope.
few comments.
All right, dude. This is where I'm gonna be ending the stream.
改めましておめでとうございます。
Super Mario Maker 2. Wait, let me
Congratulations
see.
to you
Are they
just
gonna
again.
wait? They might have an
本
announcement.
当は
Let me
ね、
see if they announce anything,
上の
bro.
土管から登場した
Let
か
me
っ
see
た
if
ん
they
ですけ
announce
ど
anything. Sometimes they do
ちょっと危
announcements.
ないからどうしてもやめてほしいということで、ここから出てきて
They might have an
So I
announcement.
actually wanted to enter the stage from that pipe, but I was told by the staff that would be too dangerous, so they told me to stop.
素晴らしい試合でしたね。本当にどちらが勝つか分からなくて。
That was a really great final course you guys played, and I had no idea who was going to win right up until the end.
Yeah, that was
で
good.
私も日本でこのレベルを遊んでみたんですけど、全然クリアできなかったです。
So I actually played these courses myself in Japan, but I was unable to clear any of them.
制作者ですけども、このゲームのスタッフですけども、なかなかね難しいコースは苦手です。
So yeah, even for the staff of this game, these difficult courses are really tricky for us to play.
Yeah.
すごいスーパープレイでした。
So, but you were truly amazing.
I don't
It was-
think
it
they're
was
gonna
a
have any
super play
announcements.
that you put on display for us.
でこのゲームを盛り上げてくださった皆さんにも拍手を送りたいと思います。このゲームを盛り上げてくださった皆さんにも拍手を送りたい。
So, and I also want to applaud you guys for raising such a good cheer for the entire play.
All right, dudes.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be
Yourselves.
heading out. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
up here too.
We out. Put on mute. Sound off in the comment section below. I want to know. But before you go, bro, click that subscribe button. Stay up to date. All things Nintendo. We out. Oh, Reggie Fils-Aimé! Oh! Let's see. Are they going to announce anything? Any announcements?
もうすぐこれ発売されますけども、その後、
Let me see what the
皆さんにも遊んでもら
Let
え
me
る
see
よ
what
う
the
に考えて
translator
ます
says. If not, then
So this game is going to be coming out pretty soon, and we're thinking of a way to make sure all of you will be able to play these courses as well.
oh, okay. Okay, so these courses are coming out. All right, we out. Peace. Deuces.